Let's see what this full moon is about. Down here is water, take it from me. Up on the shores we play all day. Alright. Meaning of the full moon tonight. Oh, this is full moon in Aries. Ooh. No wonder. August is portending to be a very interesting month. All right, tonight's full moon is known as the buck moon. I thought that was the other full moon we did. Did I write buck moon? I did not. Okay. I thought we wrote that for the other one. Do 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 do. Take it from me. I could have swore we did that. All right, so this is full moon in Aries. It's a buck moon. Antlers are in full growth mode. This is also the salmon moon because it marks the seasonal return and harvesting of salmon. Those are interesting. So we have the full growth and then we have the seasonal return. Those feel very metaphoric. This full moon rises in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. Oh, where did I read Aries? Okay, of Aquarius. All right. Um, Balancing personal freedom with collective social connection. That is so interesting, considering the reading we got yesterday about community. Okay, balancing personal freedom with collective social connection. This is also about self expression. It's a push pull between your individual desires and your group dynamics. That's so understood for me. Encouraging you to share your unique ideas rather than hiding them. All right, it's also renewal. So, this is a moon that focuses on clearing out emotional clutter, building confidence, and setting intentions for late summer. Um, all right, all right. So, let's do that. Let's get a way of thinking about what we're going to read about today. Hello. Hi, beautiful. Um, all right, so let's do this simple. Let's see what our topic's going to be when we pull out this reading. So this is the full moon in Aquarius, the buck moon. Okay, what old habit, self-doubt, or routine is currently making you feel trapped or stagnant? If fear of judgment from others was completely removed, what is one unique idea or project you would pursue right now? How can you use your natural strengths to positively influence or help the people around you this month? Whew, okay. I am grounded in who I am and I am free to grow. All right, let's take a quick look. These glasses might be too dark for me. I may have to go with the broken yellow ones because I cannot find the other ones still. Hello. All right, so like I said, members will have a two-card situation and um, members will have a two-card situation and subscribers will have a yes/no question. All right, we're just going to do a quick prayer. Oh, that's too low. Nope, that's too harsh. Hold on. I hit it with the wrong place. Ooh, I like that. That was very resonant. Let's do that one again. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was gross. I took a deep breath and immediately, I have allergies, so immediately, like, ugh, that was gross. All right, let's try that again because that bothered me. Your mom's an Aquarius? Ah, and the Barbo's basket is still moving around. I don't have time to worry about that basket. I really can't because I've listened to so many astrologers and I'm like, you know what? Keep your basket. I'm just going to worry about me right now. So hold on. All right, so my prayer is rather simple. It's one you can adopt yourself if it is one that you find useful. And that is simply, um, again, you want to look up, make sure you trigger your pineal gland, which is your third eye, and you want to activate it, let it know that you're ready. And so when you look up, one of the things that I say is, please cover me in your white light of love and protection. And when you look up, see all that light enter in through your crown and cascade down and through your body. I pray that all messages received are from the highest source. For me, that's God. For you, insert whatever your words are. And only from the highest source. And I also pray that any messages that come through are also for our highest good. Anything that does not meet those two criteria, I pray protection against. And I also pray that every message that comes through is clear and easily understood. Amen. Let's get it. All right. So I want to do the reading first for the collective because I know I'm going to be tired. I had a reading earlier today. I had to shuffle some things around from yesterday. It was a very interesting meeting. Oh, so we're doing these today. Okay. Not the light seers? No. Okay. So, I want to continue the conversation from yesterday. What is it you will have us do in the season? What is it for us? What do we need to be focusing on as we grow and embrace and accept our spirituality as well as our humanity? What will you have us do in this season? How can we best show up for ourselves? Three of Wands. Okay. This is so interesting. Because again, yesterday we were talking about the way that their distractions imprison us, right? So this is the Eight of Swords right here. But the energy that hit the table is not the Eight of Swords. The energy that hit the table is looking at the horizon, is seeing the possibilities, looking towards the sun, not being trapped or enamored by the darkness. And even in the midst of feeling like you might be trapped, if you look around her, there's light emanating through and around her. So they can trap your body, but they can't trap your spirit. This is really interesting. So the Three of Wands is really about being in a place of expectation. I'm going to have to suffer. Being in a place of expectation, not just waiting for the ships to come in, but it's for the ships to come home. Okay. For the ships to come home. And that's interesting because many of us have been having dreams about us, out and about, astral traveling through the atmosphere. Some of us back home to the place of energy, love, and protection, that we're getting downloads, as well as marching orders, as well as getting prepared. Some of us are forgetting our dreams. So, yeah, the home is a big way. Life is, yes. It is. It is very fragile and way too short. Thank you guys so much. All right. So, interesting. Yes. All right. Perfect. So let's see. Okay. So we have Two of Cups. Every time I look at that, I think of the social contract that's broken. And the Nine of Pentacles is by the greedy, right? So the social contract that is broken by the greedy. We're looking at both of these in reverse. Okay. Now, the energies to that is that change, it does feel like it's on the horizon. Oh, yes. Because here's the Six of Pentacles, right? Um, I think it was at the split. I'm not sure. But this is about the change happening. For me, I feel the shifting from one to the other. And like I said, we're dealing with the broken social contract of humans caring for humans, but also the greed, the capitalism that is doing that. And what's very interesting about this particular card is that you see that the scales are not balanced. It is weighing heavily on one side versus the other. In fact, it hasn't been coming down the other side, the poorer side, and that's been how it's been, with the oligarchs in the front holding the scale and everyone else trying to grab at the scraps. But what's also interesting though is that even though, sorry, even though the scale is not over that child holds way more coins, because even though this capitalistic person is trying to feed these two particular people, if you notice, the universe is feeding them even more. So they have way more than what's coming off of the scale or being dangled by the scale. So this is saying that we're not going to get our food from them. We're not going to be fed or fueled by them. We will be fed or fueled by the heavens, by our own place. And right behind that is our power, personal power, divine power. This right here being the Queen of Wands. And so she is divine power. And given the fact that she has a black cat. Two cats. Oh. There have been some discourse over cats being the higher form of enlightenment before before human iteration. But so we're dealing here with a butterfly right here, nice and tiny. Hope is always nice and tiny, but it is mighty. It can beat against the winds. And then we have the two cats there at their feet. So cats are also considered spiritual familiars. And so you can almost say these are spirit guides in essence, spirit guides, spirit companions. And the sunflower looks towards the sun. It always turns towards the sun. And so this feels much of the same. Again, our light is within. Our light is what we use to light paths. Our light chases away the darkness, and even in moments of darkness, always turn toward the light so you don't get snuffed out. And be comfortable of stepping into who you actually are, your divine self, your spiritual self, and to not be afraid of what that looks like to other people. Because when you are feeling self confident and within yourself, and when you do that, it's almost as if you don't hear them, their darkness, because you're too full of the light. And there's a peace within when you are assured of who you are. It's like people's darkness can't touch you. And she is confidence embodied. As I said, she's unbothered by any other darkness. She is the light and she holds the light, and she's surrounded also by light, by spirituality and light. And she keeps. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Tell me y'all can hear me, please, because I have Do Not Disturb on and I don't know how they got through. So let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay. But I will tell you, hopefully you can hear me. Tap the screen if you can. Let me know. Hit the like button or the little heart things or something. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right. It's interesting. Sorry, my glasses are. All right. Let me go real quick and tell this girl to stop with the phone calls. 1 second. Ooh, 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 ooh. Excuse me. All right, hopefully we're still good. Y'all let me know. Okay. Hopefully we're still good because I want to get through this so we can get to your readings. All right, so the Queen of Wands. When I put it down, I looked at the card underneath it, and the card underneath it is the Queen of Cups. And if you remember, we got this repeatedly yesterday. This is the woman who knows who she is through her spirituality. So there's the force of fire for confidence, but there's also the confidence in her spirituality. And considering the fact that this was in the inverse, as it was in the in the reverse, is saying this is where we need to do the work. This is where we need to do the work. Is building, strengthening our our spirituality, our confidence in our spirituality, our self respect in a way, or self image. To strengthen our self confidence, self consciousness about our own spirituality. Because it feels like a lot of people are still ashamed to be spiritual. And I think that's something that needs to change. Because followed by this is the Seven of Pentacles. And it's not escaping me that there's the tree here. As I told you, we're getting ready to open the grove for next month where we can be in spiritual community, and here, this is actually talking about that to me, because following the inverse of the Queen of Cups, it's saying get rooted in your values, get rooted in who you are, and the thing that you're waiting for is literally around the corner with that. Because I'm seeing here these two things. See, there's a High Priestess. Yep, yep, yep. So the things that I'm seeing here is that that's what is needed is community. So find your community around your area. Vet people. Don't just get in a community because they call themselves spiritual or witches or whatever it is that you're attracted to, because not all is good, and some are just performing. So don't look for huge communities. Look for something small and intimate, and that feels supportive and allows you to grow. So this is kind of like a beware card, but also it's like get in one though. Create your community or find a community that you can belong to. And the High Priestess was right behind that. Because again, some of us are of strong spirituality and we're not embracing it. And this too feels like embrace this, own this, and step into it. Because some will be leaders in the spiritual world, not spiritual world, but in the spiritual space. I did a reading last week where I shared with you something from these Vedic astrologers where they were saying the answer to the industrial age dying and the informational age seemingly taking over is going to be the inspirational age, or the inspirational people, the people who are spiritual leaders, spiritual healers, etc. So this is saying some of you are going to be called into a space of leadership within the spiritual realm. I don't know if it's going to be just readers or if you're going to be having things like retreats and summits and circles and spaces that help people heal and grow and navigate their own spirituality. And again, I see the Page of Swords. I thought this was going to be the Page of Wands, but it was the Page of Swords. So there is going to be learning, but there's also going to be communication, because some of you are being called to use your voice. A lot of you are not using your voice. A lot of you are extremely silent, or you're hiding behind other people's words. You're going to have to step forward. It's just going to be required. So for those of us moving into these spaces, again, some will be leaders and healers, and some will be both and called to also share their voice, and others are just to get in community, be a part of community, and to come together. This is just necessary, right? This is absolutely necessary because the counter to dark is light, and light only grows when it's with the other flames that possess it. If you are a flame by yourself, to use an analogy, because it just got it, is that little blue dot in a red city. If you're a flame by yourself, your flame is fragile. But if you get with another flame, together your flame grows. If you get with a third flame, even more. Together it strengthens and it grows. If you get with another flame, hell, y'all might be on the way to wildfire. And a wildfire is necessary to clear out the things that need to be gone. Okay? Controlled wildfire. Anyway, because here's the oligarchs. And again, once again, there's all this upheaval and fear and anxiety that they possess. But that time is over. And look what just returned, even though I misshuffled it back in. That time is over. This is a death card because you need to be in the land of expectation. You need to be in the land of coming back home, coming back to who it is that you are to be on this planet, why you chose to come yet again. Yet again. This is not happenstance. This is not an accident. This was not some randomizer up in heaven or universe or soul spirit lotto. This is on purpose. And that's the thing that we need to remember. And that's the thing we need to hold on to. Because we cannot be wooed by this world to the point of losing strength in ourselves, to the point of forgetting the light that exists within us. We are flame. And it's time to take action. No more sitting back, no more waiting. It is time to take action. It is time to speak up. It is time to say, hey, are you my sister? My spiritual sister? You might need to find a circle in which you're learning under somebody because that's a page of swords. But regardless of what it is, it's time to allow it to happen and to grow and let your flame catch so it can chase away this darkness. So it's with support, and support is in community. Okay? These are people supporting each other, working together. This is community. And so you're going to have to find one. If it's not the Grove, it needs to be something. I personally needed to get back in community to try to help strengthen and hone my own spiritual gifts. And so for the third time, I signed up for a mediumship circle because even though I didn't have the money, because it was on purpose, meaning aligned, the money kept finding me to handle this. And I'm appreciative, absolutely appreciative, because I'm still like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. But now I'm starting to understand because the fight is here. The fight is here. And you're not going to be fighting alone. Regardless of what people think or say, you're not going to be fighting alone. Wherever your guides are coming from, the galactic, the celestial, the spiritual, wherever your guides exist, even in the water, you will not be alone. Ancestrally, you will not be alone. So don't think you are by yourself. And your prayer, your meditation, your ask, your vibe should be, point me in the direction of community. Whatever that looks like, point me in the direction of my teacher. Whatever that looks like, point me in my direction of my sister in spirit. Whatever that looks like, it's time for community and it's time for connection. If you have like a spiritual store in your neighborhood, that's a good place to start. You can ask them, hey, do y'all ever have in-person meetups? And go there, because that's one of the first things I did, where I bought the little crystal trees that I have. They offered, I think it was last summer, they offered a full moon meditation, and I went to it, and I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I actually like this. And just seeing other people in spirit and in collection and in community, it just lets you know that one, again, we're not alone, but two, it's for you too. It's absolutely for you. It's open for you and it's available for you. And that's where the Queen of Pentacles comes in. So, with this Queen of Pentacles, this is owning your value, owning your worth, owning your purpose, and not allowing someone else to dictate to you what that looks like. And again, three queens in this reading, because we're all of it. We're every single element. Everybody's gift is different. Everybody has something else to offer. Those of us who are in this enlightened period, I'm not talking about just everyone literally. I'm talking about everyone in the spiritual enlightened period, because some people aren't ready and they won't be. But as you grow in your strength, you might get to be their teacher, their mentor, their example. All right. So I think that's really interesting is that in this world that is lying to us and manipulating us and trying to take us down, community is where it's at. We band together, we hold together, and we stand together in front of all this oppression. Cups are emotions, but cups are also spirituality. Okay? And I think it's going to be a journey, but I think you're going to like who you are on the other side of it. And that's our, I'm getting chills. So that's our reading collectively is what are you to do? Get in community, look for community, ask for community, like manifest community, whatever that looks like. 2, 3 more, whatever it looks like. And use your discernment to know whether or not it is the right one for you, because not everyone will be right for you, right? Yeah, it's a great idea to start where people are already open to the idea. So if you go to your crystal shops and go, hey, do y'all have in-person meetups, or can we do one here? Do you have a back room where we can meet up? I think that would be great too. And I'm like, duh, that was such a good idea. And look at how much abundance comes with shared community value. There's so much. And we get to shape the legacy. We get to shape the legacy. Oh my God, look, Ace of Pentacles. And that's where success is. That's where growth is. So find your community. All right, that's your homework. That's your lesson. And that really does go with what this moon is about, is like the difference. Finally, this is good. Like the difference between the individual and the community, like that fight between it. And so it just makes so much sense. Yeah. If there's a mugga at a crystal shop, she's got more to worry about than you think. All right, so final things here are the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. So remember how it was stress? This is relief from it. And so there's good things coming. Y'all, don't let this bad distract you. Look at this, the Five of Pentacles. There's help and relief on the way. There are good things coming. Look at this, Wheel of Fortune. There are good things coming. Look at this. Six of Pentacles, a reverse in those fortunes that these other people have. So I think you're just fine. And look at all those pentacles. Like there's so much coming. And it's beautiful. And I love it. And that's our collective reading for the buck moon, the full moon, the moon in Aquarius.